Wow, can't believe this, guys. Here to address the elephant in the room. I'm pretty sure you all have heard Google, let go of 12,000 of our employees. And of course, if you don't know, I work at Google. I am a tech recruiter. And it took us all by storm. One thing I can say is I'm still thankful and blessed and fortunate to still have a job at Google. Easily could have been in that 12,000 that, lost their jobs. So, I definitely want to thank God for that. It's a blessing to still be here to see another day at Google. But it wouldn't be human of me not to still feel some type of way, not to still feel, shocked, blindsided a little bit. Nobody knew this was coming. Of course, there's rumors. You hear about Amazon, you hear about Meta, you hear about Twitter, you hear about all these other companies that may have did cuts. But you never know when it's going to hit home and when that time is going to come for it to hit your block, and for either to be around the corner or on your block or at your doorstep is still a shock. So, of course, with that being said, I have colleagues that I worked with that have been affected. Personally, my manager was affected, and this is a person that hired me, trained me, coached me, was at the company for 7+ years, 8+ years. And here I am, been at the company for going on 2 years in September. It just feels weird that, she was cut and not myself. But one thing I will say is, things like this happen in the world, and the way our economy is going, the climate that we're in, we kind of expect these things to happen. But it still doesn't make it any easier, especially when it hits close to home like this. When it's yourself or somebody whether it's a family member, a close co-worker, it's never easy. And it's hard to be in the recruiting space and then, of course, seeing these things happen, whether it's cuts, whether it's hiring freezes, whether it's whatever. To see these things happen, as a recruiter, that is your job, to bring people into the door, to bring people to the company, to, vouch for the company and things of that nature when you're talking to candidates and stuff like that. So it is challenging to, still have to come to work the next day or that Monday, knowing that these cuts have been made, knowing that people that have been affected, and still have to do your job as a recruiter to talk to candidates that you've been working with, or candidates that may be accepting a position or have accepted a position, and they have questions about, what their future may look like and what that might look like for them. And it's hard to answer those questions, and it's hard to be in that space when you just got the news and you're just shocked just as much as them, and you don't really know what's going on either. And heck, I don't even know my own future at this point, because nothing is guaranteed, nothing is solid, nothing is set in stone. Most of the time when you work at companies, you're signing a dotted line to say, hey, at any moment we can let go of you. Just be thankful for the job that you have. If you still have a job, if you wasn't affected in the cut, or if you're working at any of these other big tech companies, a lot of this is just trickling down the line, tech company by tech company. So be fortunate that you still have a job, and my heart go out to everyone that was affected. Good thing is Google did give great severance packages, so I am I could rest easily knowing that people that was affected is set for a couple months, and that should give them enough time to get on their feet and hopefully find something that the economy gets back to hiring like we've been doing. Sometimes it's hard to put into words how I feel as an employee, how I feel as a recruiter, how I feel as a person who know people who got either cut at Google before, or got cut at Meta, or got cut somewhere. Being a support system is one thing, and then also just questioning, if that's ever going to be you is the other thing. For me, I just want to, continue doing what I'm doing, continue doing, my job and what I can do, and only focus on what I have control over. And, that's one of my mottos here on this channel is confidence, resilience, excellence, and win. You have to be resilient, anytime something like this happens, you have to be resilient. Whether it happened to you, a family member, a friend, you have to be able to bounce back and come back stronger. Here in Atlanta, our slogan is Rise Above. And the reason for that is because Atlanta is a city that built itself back up. Atlanta is a city that was burned down and then rebuilt, and now it's the city that it is. Very resilient city, rising above anything. That's why the Phoenix is the symbol of the city, because easily Atlanta could have still be nothing, just burn to ashes. So I say that to say this, because if a whole city can be built back up, thriving, be a major city, if something like this happened to you, you can build yourself back up and you can do the same thing. And like I said, again, fortunately, I didn't have to go through this personally, and I wasn't affected personally, but looking at people that I know and how it's affected people on my team and people that I know, it still takes an effect in another way. If I can explain this in any way, it's like being on a war field, right? And let's say you're part of a platoon, you're a troop, and 3 of y'all go this way and then the other 3 stay back because somebody have to man the fort. So you go a part of the group of the 3 that's gonna go out and do something. You take, let's see, 100 miles away, you're far away from the actual station that the other 3 were left behind, and you just hear this big boom in that direction. You turn around, you look, there's nothing but smoke, fire, debris, and all you can think about is some people I know may be in that debris and in that debacle back there. And that's kind of how it is with this cut. We don't quite know who all have been affected. It's just like a word of mouth, or you look and someone is no longer at the company, or your manager might have switched instantly. You just never know. There's not a running list that says here's all the people that's been cut. It's like you might pop up in a meeting and that person isn't there. You're like, dang, they must have been cut. Then you got to reach out to them, or it's like a lot of guessing. So yeah, it has taken a little effect on me. Again, fortunate to still have a job and, be in the number, to still be here right now. Thankful for that. But do feel for those who have been cut. So if you're part of that number, stay strong. Hopefully, you get back up, get a job, get even better opportunity. Sometimes these things happen for you to soar to the next level. And that's just a sad reality sometimes too. So, but yeah, I just wanted to address that because I know some of you all asked me on Instagram, because I know y'all know I work at Google and stuff like that. So just wanted to address that. I still have my job, but it's still not easy. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. And yeah, just wanted to give y'all that update. I hope y'all like my new sit down set too. This is part of my trial and error. So sometimes I'll be shooting videos here, sometimes I'll be shooting videos on the couch, sometimes I'll be shooting videos standing up, just different scenery and areas. So if y'all like this setup, definitely let me know in the comment section.